It's about damn time. It's about damn time. Everybody in the sport of boxing is still talking about the return of Keith one-time Thurman and the electric performance, the electric knockout out there in Australia versus Brock Jarvis. Good combination, uppercuts, left hook. Oh, man, he was working on all cylinders like he never left. But the knockouts has returned. One time has returned. And now it's about damn time that Keith one time Thurman and Errol Spence give us the fight that we've been asking for a pretty long time. Also, it's a great fight in which they can enhance their legacy. Now, sure, there's people out there that has written off Keith one time Thurman, that has written off Errol the True Spence. But ladies and gentlemen, they only got one blemish in their record, each of them. And they lost to legendary fighters. First ballot Hall of Fame caliber of fighters. Let's not forget that Keith one-time Thurman only got one loss. Regardless of the inactivity and the frustration of the boxing fan because of his inactivity, he only lost to Manny Pacquiao, a split decision that could have gone either way. Keith one-time Thurman lost to the 8th Division World Champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time World Champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. Come on, man. That's not even a loss like that, especially when you put a performance like that with Keith one-time Thurman, who got knocked down in the first round. We saw that, but in the second half of the fight, he won the second half of the fight. And let's not forget that Errol the True Spence, he lost to Bud Crawford, the 4th Division World Champion, 2 Division Undisputed. The first guy that was recognized by the whole world as the first 4-belt era Undisputed World Champion. Right? Lost to respectable guys. Now, of course, you know what I'm saying? It did seem like Bud Crawford did demoralize Errol Spence. He beat him from pillar to post. He turned that big fish into tuna fish on your aisle 9 on your local supermarket. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's just one loss. One loss. We shouldn't write them off like that. And I know in the past, Errol Spence been saying he don't want to give Keith Thurman a fight. I'm going to say it like this. Errol Spence should have fought Keith one-time Thurman when he had the chance. When PBC, Al Heyman, Showtime wanted him to fight Keith one-time Thurman when the negotiations with Terrence Bud Crawford fell apart. He should have fought Keith one-time Thurman, stay active. And imagine if he would have beat that Keith one-time Thurman, right? If he would have beat Keith Thurman, then his resume would have been, legendary in the welterweight division. Because look at the resume of Errol Spence got in the welterweight division. In the welterweight division, Errol Spence was the goods. Keith Thurman was the goods. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter when Sean Porter was Sean Porter. When Danny Swift Garcia was Danny Swift Garcia. You know what I'm saying? In their prime. So I think that this fight should happen in the 154-pound division. I think that is a great money fight. I think that Errol Spence got to put that feeling to aside, that ego that he would never fight Keith Thurman. As a matter of fact, if Errol Spence was mad that he didn't get the chance to fight Keith one-time Thurman, you got to blame that on Al Heyman. In the end of the day, Keith Thurman did sign a contract to fight you. And Errol Spence got to also remember this. Shout out to Errol Spence, great father, great family man and stuff like that. He went through what he went through. He overcame that, and we proud of that. We pray for Errol Spence, and I'm glad that he's here alive to give himself another chance to be a better person, a good father and stuff like that, and a greater champion. But Errol Spence, let's not forget, because a lot of people always saying, nah, man, Keith Thurman was ducking him, for a long time. Let's not forget that Keith Thurman was in his journey and his quest to fight Floyd Mayweather, in which he was in position to fight Floyd Mayweather as the WBA interim champion, as a WBA mandatory position. Let's not forget that he got there 2013 when he beat Diego Chavez, and whoever was holding the WBA champion, it was his chance. He put himself in position to get a title shot, or whoever held the WBA, meaning Paulo Malignaggi. Then he lost to Adrian Broner. Then Adrian Broner lost to Maidana. Then Mayweather beat Maidana. Guess what? Right there, Keith Thurman should have had the opportunity to fight Floyd Mayweather. And it was Floyd Mayweather that put the name of Errol Spence really out there in the pros. Because when Keith Thurman is calling out Floyd Mayweather, the most recognized fighter, the most relevant fighter in that time, and probably still is, right? He said, how about you fight Errol Spence first, and then I'll fight you. And that's when the buzz started. It wasn't that Errol Spence was calling out Keith or Tom Thurman. Floyd Mayweather pushed Errol Spence into the conversation of a Thurman versus Spence. And then the Spence fans started shaming Thurman. It wasn't that he was in precision like that. No. Yeah, at the end of the day, they was in a collision course. But that's the past, right? And we can't be dwelling on the past. We got to be dwelling on the future or the present. There's no better time for Errol Spence and Keith Thurman to fight now. It's no better time. It's the perfect time. It's the right time for one time to fight Errol Spence. Feel me? One time is back. It was once upon a time a great fight. It's still a good fight in this time. Once upon a time. One time is back. It's the right time. Make it the right time, damn it. Everybody looking at their watch right now like, what time it is? Anyway, but yeah, man. I think this is a great fight in the sport of boxing. It's a money fight. I think if Ugas and Errol Spence did almost 40,000 people in attendees, nobody really knew Ugas like that out there in Texas. Imagine what Thurman and Errol Spence would do in Dallas. Imagine what they could do in Vegas or New York. Man, let's get it done. Put the egos aside, Errol Spence. That's your fight right there. That's your money fight. That's your money fight and a legacy fight at the same time. And Keith Thurman got good momentum. Let me know what y'all think, man. It's that time. Thurman, Spence. Let's go, PBC. Let's go.